Hey guys, it is Carl Brown from GuitarLessons365.com. Got a great one for you today. We're going to learn how to do Somebody to Love by Queen. This has a lot of chord changes in it, and the lyrics are crazy, so I have no way of getting that down unless I just kind of hum along with it. So I'm going to halfway hum it so you can know where you're at in the song. But that's too many lyrics for me. My brain can't handle that stuff. So I'm going to just show you the chords and how to play on the guitar. All right, so you're going to need a capo or capo if you're in Europe. I always get those comments like it's not capo, it's capo or capo or whatever. It is wherever you live in the world. It's pronounced differently. So little fact that some people don't know. So anyway, let's start here. So it's going to make the song a lot easier to play. Take a lot of bar chords out of the equation if we can just put that at the first fret. Standard tuning otherwise. Now this intro here, a little bit free time. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to call out all the chords as just basic open chords pretty much, just as they're compared to the capo. So I'm just going to call this a G chord because compared to the capo it is. Now we know, some of us at least know, that's an A flat major chord because of the capo we're actually up a half step. So, but we'll make it easy, just going to be G major here. So we're going to have, you can do that real lightly and then this little intro here, and then all right, so that's a quick chord change, but it's using chords you're going to need to know for the song. So that's the G, and then what we're going to do is it's a D sus4 with, actually it's not a sus4, that F sharp in the bass. So we can just play at 11, whatever. So we're we have the F sharp in the bass. So what you're gonna be doing here, and I'm kind of basing this off a lot how Brian May plays it live when he's doing an acoustic, and then sometimes it's just gonna match the album a little bit closer at times too, the piano. So I kind of do my own thing with it. So that's the thumb at the second fret there above the capo. And then the same fret there on the G string with your index finger. Third finger there. At the third fret above the capo. So it's just like a D chord. But instead of having the second fret there on the high E string, put your pinky down. So it's the third fret above. So like this. From the G. And then go to an E minor. So where this, and then we go to a C add 9 chord. So it's just like a C major chord there, but you're gonna have the pinky there at the third fret of the B string, obviously third fret above the capo. So we have this. And then we go to, we'll call it a D7 sus4. So we're gonna just open D string, second fret on the G, first fret on the B, third fret on the high E string. And then go to a C major, play that twice. And then all you need to do is play the second fret, move this over, lift up the third finger, just move the second finger over to the second fret of the A string, and then the open D, open G, and and then so let's leave that index finger there, first fret of the B. And then we're going to go to a D7 chord. So that's just going to be open D, second fret on the G, first fret on the B, second fret on the high E. So we have this. And then end it with just that G chord. All right, then we get into that little piano melody. So you can do that, just play the chords if you want. I'm trying to bring the melody out a little bit. So it's 0, 0, then 2 on the G string. And then what you're going to do is this. Have a G chord, but don't play the note you get, really on the B string. Okay, so you just don't have the note on the B string. That's an open B. So you hear that open B, then you put that third fret down on the B string. And then you go to that same chord we did in the intro, the same, and then this picking is, you're gonna kind of have the strum go to the G string, and then the B string. So you get that melody. Down to the E minor. And then the C major chord. And then the D, so. Now we get to the verse. Alright, so that would be the verse. So that's just those same chords. G to the D with the F sharp in the bass, to the E minor. So kind of moving around a little bit quicker. And then back to the G, then an A dominant 7, which is just open A, second fret on the D, open G, second fret on the B, open high E, then to the D chord. So we have this. And go to that D, and then we kind of start doing the same, we start repeating it. Except here, the second time through, instead of then going back to a G, we skip that G and go straight to that A7. And then to the D. So all together for that verse. Straight to the A7. All right, then we get to the pre-chorus, where it looks like takes us to the chorus. So the pre-chorus is very short. So the pre-chorus is just that G, A7, D, and now we're going to start the next series of chords over on that very same chord. Back to the A7 and back to the D. So it's pretty easy. We have the and then end it with a C major that leads us into the chorus. So all together. And now we have the chorus. Somebody, somebody. All right, so that's just the G you're gonna start with, just kind of holding that a little bit longer. Somebody, somebody. And then the G, that D with the F sharp in the bass. E minor. And then I'm going to end it with that little D7 sus4 that we did at the beginning of the song. If you don't remember that, open D, second fret on the G, first on the B, 3 on the high E. So then it goes back to, you notice that there's the same chords, but it's just a kind of a different pacing there that we did right before the verse. When we were playing it at the... And then it goes back through the same verse, pre-chorus, chorus, the exact same way. All right, and then we, out of that second chorus, we had that. So coming out of that chorus, we got that. So that's the bridge, and the vocals are all over the place there, so I'm not even going to attempt to really hum it. I'll probably lose you more than anything. So it just comes out of that second chorus, with the G, and then it goes to a G7 chord. So that's just that G major. The G7 is going to be 3 on the low E, 2 on the A string, open D, open G, open B, and then the first fret there on the high E string. And then you got kind of more of a rhythm on that C major chord. And then from there, we're just going to add the third fret there above the capo on the G string to make it a C7 chord. So we have this. We got the... And then you can start opening the rhythm back up. We finally reached the only bar chords we have to do. F major bar chord. So it's full bar, first fret there above the capo, second fret on the G, third on the D and the A. So we play that a little bit. Then all you do is lift up the middle finger to make that an F minor chord. Obviously compared to the capo. Then to the A7 chord, hang on that for a while, and then to a D major chord, and just for fun I like to kind of alter the top note from the third fret to the second fret, make it a sus4 back to a regular D major. Alright, so then we get to the solo. This is an acoustic lesson. If you guys really want me to do the solo as a separate thing, I will. I was just really trying to do an acoustic version of this. But if you desperately want the solo, let me know. I'll do it in a separate video. But I'm going to skip it. But the chords underneath that, though, are just the verse and pre-chorus chords. And then that leads us into the chorus again. Now, at the 2-minute and 30-second mark, we have that kind of slower transition of those 3 chords, like we did before, the verses usually, and then it takes us back to the verse and pre-chorus again. Now that pre-chorus ends like, and that's when we get to that interlude section. Now underneath that interlude section there's just kind kind of strumming a G, just kind of hanging out. While doing all those like vocal gymnastics. And then it just ends with that. All right, so then we have at the very end of the song, they kind of changed. It's those same chords, just played in the kind of, you're not playing so fast to them. You're just like. So these are the first three chords are slower, and then C, D, kind of half this time of those other ones. So that's a nice basic acoustic version. Like you see, Brian May does a lot of acoustic versions of this song when he performs it. And he does something like this. So like I said, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want that electric guitar solo and you just have to have it, leave me a note in the comments and I will make sure I get to it soon. All right, see you guys soon.